Hello everybody, my name is Ungar, and welcome to Unreal Engine 5. Now, this is another game development software, just like Unity, as most of you will probably know. And you also might know that I have been working with Unity, so it might be a little strange to see me in Unreal here. It's a little bit complicated, but I have decided to switch and have started making a new game. So in today's video, I'm just going to be explaining what I've made so far, what I'm going to be making, and then at the end of the video, I will explain why I've switched. Timestamps in the description if you would like to see a specific part. But anyway, we're just going to begin with the actual mechanics that I have done. Okay, starting off here, we have the camera controller, which is just your standard RTS, like, camera system. This is a real-time strategy game that I'm making. You put your mouse near the edges of the screen and you can scroll around. I might also add some more functionality to it later. But then we have our unit selection system. You hold left click and drag to get a little box with all these different units on it, and then you can just select through and click on one. Right clicking will send the unit to that position, and same with a group of units. The buildings don't do much right now, but you can select them. You can also not select a building and a unit at the same time. As you can see, there's two different unit types. We've got the small, like, golden colored ones, and then the bigger bronze ones. And yeah, you can do a whole lot with them. They're decently intelligent. They'll move around pretty well, although their AI still needs a bit of work, and you can, just single select. If we take this group here, we can select the one out of the middle, and let's say we want these two to come down here, but this guy, I don't know if that'll even take him on a different path. Yeah, there he goes around here. They find the quickest path around. They'll avoid obstacles and go around them, and yeah, they're pretty smart. This took me like 3 or so days. As I said, new engine. I am not very good at it so far, but I'm happy with the progress, especially the little selection animation I think really does look nice, especially the yellow version. But without further ado, that is pretty much all of the functionality that I have built into the game right now. And yeah, so I guess next we're going to be talking about why I decided to make this game and what it's going to be. Alrighty, so we're pretty much going to be going into a stationary camera for the rest of the video, just as a heads up. But diving right into it, this game is, like I said, an RTS, and it's going to be based around the American Revolutionary War. So, like, George Washington versus the British, the Redcoats, and such. It was suggested to me by my social studies teacher, who overheard me talking about Entity Infestation, my other game that I was making in Unity, and he asked me if I'd make one for what we were learning in class, which just happened to be the Revolutionary War. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing in this game. Hopefully it should be fun. I'd like it to be playable on mobile, just so that we can, use the school-issued iPads and, like, play it as a class. But speaking of playing it, how is the game going to be played? There are 3 modes that I would like to have. Some might be canceled, some might be added based on how well I can code and do stuff, and obviously how fast I can finish it by the end of the school year. But the main mode that is definitely going to be in there is the campaign, with all of your battles like Bunker Hill and, Saratoga, all of your major battles, and you will fight as the side who won that battle, because obviously if you play as George Washington and let's say you lost that battle, historically, it wouldn't really be fun to be playing on the disadvantaged side that actually did lose, because most likely you would also lose, and if you didn't, that would kind of not really be historically accurate, and it's meant to be a fun game, obviously, but since it's for our class, it is meant to be, educational and help you study for the quiz. So you will just play as the team who won that battle, swapping between the Americans and the British, just so that you can learn more about both sides, what their advantages, what their disadvantages were, But there's also going to be like a 1v1 where you have armies. Like, let's say you build out an army of 50 musketeers and the enemy has an army of 30 cavalry, and then you choose a map, or maybe a map editor could be fun, and build a map, and then you just fight using these strategies of your team. Like, if you were the Americans, you could hide your troops in the bushes and ambush the opponent. But there's also going to be something called, like, a war. I don't know. It's sort of like Clan Wars and Clash of Clans, but a little bit different. You'd have, like, a class leader who would set up how much money each team was given, and then you'd need to build a defensive map, going back to the map editor. So you'd put, like, an archer tower or a barricade and then have troops behind it. And then you'd also be given the same amount of money to attack someone else's base. So let's say you get $3,000, that allows you to build, like, a castle. And then you get $3,000 to build, like, 100 bayonet troops to go march on the opponent's castle that they built. And you could have, like, 30 different people. Yeah. If that is a little vague, that's probably because I really haven't thought much besides the campaign, as that's really my focus, and I'd like to keep this video short. There's not much that I'm solidified on. I'm really just making the main key components of the game. So all of this is subject to change, but as a reference, just look up Clash of Clans Clan War, and it'll be vaguely similar to that. And yeah, I think now we are at the point of the video where I'm going to be explaining what's going to happen to my other game and why I switched from Unity. So, starting off, Unity it really wasn't working for me. I haven't made a devlog in a while, and that's because I'm really bad at coding on Unity. Unreal is a lot easier using I think they're called blueprints, but they're much more visual and easy to understand, for me at least. And C# just really wasn't working. I've been spending months just trying to get a basic room generator and the single monster in the game to work, and none of it's working. It's just taking too much time and effort, and I'm not getting anywhere. But don't worry, Entity Infestation will not be canceled. I'm just taking a break and trying something new because that's not working for me right now. And I'll probably finish it up during the summer. But this game is going to be my main focus from now on, as Entity Infestation has been put on standby. And yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it. Like I said, everything's subject to change. If you have any questions, concerns, anything, feel free to put them in the comments or join the Discord. And yeah, I don't believe I'm forgetting anything. If I am, I'll put a section at the beginning of the next devlog on this game just to talk about what I might have forgotten to say or what a lot of people were confused about. But I think that will be it for today's video. So if you did enjoy, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Like I said, join the Discord with the link in the description. Have a good day. Leave a comment if you have a question or concern. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!